Howdy y'all, Michael here. Today is Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. It's August. That's hard to believe. And I had quite the day yesterday. So, story time. Come hang out with me. First, we go for a breakfast taco. Now, I've been to Rose's before and sat in line, and when I was the next one to come up, it switched to the lunch menu one time. They're like, I'm sorry, we can't serve breakfast anymore. I was like, I was already in line when breakfast was still up. They got me my breakfast tacos. So I went with the steak, fajita, and egg taco. This is a new one according to their billboard, but it's got chopped up little steak, fajita, egg, and cheese. It actually looks kind of gross, but it's got little bell peppers in there, some tomatoes and stuff like that. But let's take a bite and see what we think. Really don't taste the steak fajita. Let me try one more. Overall, it's decent. It's decent. I like the peppers and stuff like that. Then just a plain egg taco. But kind of disappointing. The other day I had a steak fajita plate from there, and usually those are really good chunks of meat and stuff. And I was very disappointed because it was very dry. The meat was very dry, and it looked raw in some places. Now, I like my steaks medium rare, but something about that whole meal just wasn't that good, and haven't felt right since the meal. So every now and then you're going to get a bad meal from any place you like to go through, or any drive-through you go through. Most of the time it's a hit, sometimes it's going to be a mess, I guess. Anyways, yesterday was a crazy day. I work some long hours. I work some very long hours sometimes. And what happened to me was Saturday I was going to get up, go out, have an adventure. But instead of doing that, I was not feeling that great from lack of sleep. You know, I get to sleep about 1 or 2 a.m. every night when it's a really busy day at work. And anyways, I have sleep apnea, and I have reports that come from my machine that I have for sleep apnea, and that is 12 hours 38 minutes. That's how long I slept. And I got to sleep about midnight, so it was the afternoon before I got up. And so I got up a couple hours later. I jumped in the shower and went over to my neighbor's. He retired. Friday was his last day of work. He wasn't expecting to do this, but within a month of him giving him an offer, which is a very good offer, I've heard a lot of companies do this, he took the option to take retirement. Now, his boss didn't like that because his boss wanted him to stay on for another year or so, but he's like, no, I think this is a good deal here. This is a better deal. I just can't turn down. So he was retired, and I was over there drinking bottled water, no alcohol involved for me, and you know, just hanging out and seeing some of his friends, which I knew, come over and hang out, and his daughter was there with her kids, and you know, we're both grandparents or grandpas, let's say that, and I just enjoying conversation with him, and I decided to lean back and rock my chair a little bit, not realizing it wasn't a rocking chair. Big mistake, big mistake. So I leaned back, and all of a sudden the chair started going back, and when my feet left the ground, I knew I was done for, and ended up crashing backwards. And it was a tall chair. It's a swivel chair. It's a patio chair. Ended up crashing backwards, and as I'm coming down at a high rate of speed, immediately my martial arts training kicked in, and my chin went down to my chest. Because I learned when you fall in martial arts, you don't want to hit your head on the ground. So if you can somehow train yourself to get that chin down to your chest. I remember in the dojo how to block, because you get punched in the face enough, you learn to start blocking. Well, you also learn how to fall, and that was one of the things. But unfortunately, I couldn't roll into the fall because I'm sitting in a chair, and I'm kind of locked in the way I fall in the chair. But I did took my chin in, and that saved my head, even though my brain did slosh around a little bit, and I'm still got a headache this morning from it. My body is aching. I'm not as young as I used to be, and I freaked everybody out there. I'm like, well, you know, if you're going to do something stupid, might as well do it in front of an audience, and that's what I did. So I stayed there for 2-3 hours later, and they had some cold cut sandwiches, and delicious, and just got to hang out and socialize for a change. I don't get very many opportunities to do that, so that was a lot of fun. And talking about his dreams and hopes for his retirement, and he started talking to me about getting a van. He's got a van, and he's going to be traveling in his van and really enjoying that. It is my dream. It's in my logo to do some van life, maybe some RV life sometime before I die. And I did run a couple errands, and I went home, and I got in bed ready to go back to sleep. Yes, I'm still tired at that point after all that sleep, and I got a ding on my phone, and I was like, what is that ding? And I was pleasantly surprised to get a MeshCore message. And what was amazing about this MeshCore message was I've been messing with MeshCore for the past week or two. I did a video last week about it, trying to figure things out, and I got a message from let's see if I can remember how to do this, on the public channel. Okay, and it was Jason, Ham Radio 2.0 Jason, telling everyone, have a good night. Good night, all, is what he said. And then Sam from DFW said, have a good one. And I said, I told him, good night, y'all. My first MeshCore message. Then Sam from DFW came back with anyone alive.
A5WXV Mobile. Welcome to...
My radio is on, and I just turned it down. Anyone alive? And that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool to see that. And it even has little bars next to him. I guess that means I got a good full signal from Sam DFW. So I'm pretty excited. I got a message. Wasn't expecting one. Didn't think the MeshCore was working around here. But I've learned that you can click on the messages. Now that I have it, I'm going to click and hold. And it's got a little menu there for good night all from Jason, Ham Radio 2.0. KC5HWB is this call. And I clicked on view message paths. And it says grapevine, 1 repeater, 3 hops. So you can click on that, and it gives you more detail. So I started with Jason, MPH1, guess this is the device. Went to his repeater, KC5HWB repeater 1. Then I went to NMTXRAK, and it repeated the message again. And then hop 3 went through grapevine. So there's a grapevine repeater, or a grapevine 1 is what it said, and got to me. So Jason's in Haslett, Texas. He's a good distance away, and it made the jumps back to me. Now this, and I replied a message saying this is my first mesh core message. I was pretty excited, not expecting that to happen. And this morning I checked it, and I tried to send a message out to somebody that's in the Frisco area, and he didn't receive it. But this is interesting too. Let me see, contacts. It populated my contacts. T-Deck, I don't know who that is, but he's now green. Now there's these others that are grayed out. I don't know what that means. Maybe green means I had a direct contact with him, because KR8X here, my friend who's in the Colony group, the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club, he lit up green. So that I don't know what that means when it's green versus grayed out. Somebody let me know down in the comments what that means. But I got my first mesh core message, and I was pretty excited about that. Alright, I'm going to see if my friend Dave can receive this message. I have not contacted him about this at all. Now, he's a bit away from me, so there's probably no repeaters in that area, so I'm going to guess this one's going to fail. But I think if we can get a repeater in place, this might just work. But I don't think this is going to work. Yep. Turn red. Now on my belt, I keep a SenseCap T1000. It's made by Seed Studios, and it's a transceiver for MeshCore and Meshtastic. And it's a pretty amazing little device. It will last 2 to 3 days on a charge. I charged it yesterday. And let me see what it says here. I got 75% charge on there right now. But the one thing I read about this is it has a weaker transmitter. And but you know, at Hamvention, all across Dayton, Xenia, all the different cities in that area, I'm blanking out on the cities in that area right now, we were able to keep communication between each other. It's just like texting over a cell phone. It was that clean. But that was because there's 37,000 tickets sold for Hamvention. There's a lot of nodes out there, and we were pretty close to each other, plus a lot of repeaters and such. So sorry, I'm still waking up, still working on my first cup of coffee right here. But that's what we use to Hamvention, using Meshtastic. Now I got a mesh core, and I'm able to receive messages on there at a long distance. I was able to transmit it back. At least it said it transmitted back. I don't know if it did or not. I gotta talk to Jason or somebody to find out if that message went back after he told everyone good night. But it'd be pretty cool if it made it all the way back to Haslett. Now what I'm thinking, just my thought process going here, since this does have a weaker transmitter, with the effect that it is somewhat waterproof, you probably need to get a repeater with it. Now they got repeaters that can mount on poles with a longer, higher decibel gain antenna. It does come with a little rubber duck if you get the repeater. With a solar panel, it's called a solar node, and they're about $150 if you get the ones that already include the batteries and has a GPS lock on there, or where you have the ability to have GPS. Now, what a lot of people do is they'll put them on the air, and they will put in a nearby location because you don't want to dox yourself where you're located. And that's something I probably need to look into. I might get the one that includes the batteries. They're usually like 18650 batteries. You got to charge them up, and then once you put it in the sun, it maintains the charge and lasts pretty much forever. I've had friends that have had them, said they've never had to mess with them once they got them going. So I might get one of those, and I've even seen them with magnetic mounts to put on top of your vehicle, which you know what, that's kind of enticing. Just having a black item on top of my black vehicle, I don't think I'll draw a lot of attention on that. They'll probably look at it like, okay, that guy does something, that's interesting, and well, he's got ham radio plates, that must be ham radio. It's not, but it's radio. And I may get into investing in a repeater, so when I'm in buildings and such, my car's out in the parking lot, it's going to hear me at that distance and repeat what I need and repeat whatever comes back in. So that's probably my next mesh networking purchase, is a repeater. 150 bucks, includes everything on it. I think it's a good worthwhile investment, and if I could find it for that price with the magnetic mount, I think it makes more sense to have it on your vehicle. But I can also see the sense of having one permanently installed at your home, business, fire department, things such as that. So this is a technology that's going to be slowly developing, and I hope it develops a little bit more than it is right now. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there with it. If you saw the map, it was crowded full of mesh items, but it's going to take a learning curve. I'm just now starting, so I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to have fun doing it. So, with that, repeater going off there. I did identify on there. I did hear somebody, and I threw my call sign out a little bit later, and they may have moved on. I can't remember the call sign that was there, but I don't know what I'm doing, but I am having fun doing it. But for now, y'all take care, be safe, bye. As always, if you see me out there, KF5LDJ-9, my beacon will often tell you what frequency I'm on. Give me a shout out. I'd love to talk to you.